pick up the phone and start dialing. Like that's it. A plus B equals C. You pick up the phones, you set appointments, you make money. That's how simple it is. Vulcan 7, the data has been unbelievable. I've had other people mention different servers and not having the same results and that are being consistent as me, but Vulcan has been a intricate part of the way that things are growing right now. And so that's really what I would say is just be consistent and pick up the phone and start dialing.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, it's Aaron Wittenstein, and I would like to welcome you all to Vulcan7 Roadmap. This is where we interview agents across the country, specifically today in San Antonio, Texas, and in regards to how to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 listings per week, or we could just take how many listings per year, Andrew? How many listings?
50.
50.
Yeah, that's not too bad, right?
No, that's pretty good. I think that's I don't even know. That's really good. Is the best way to put it right there. So what's the projection for the rest of the year?
Well, the goal now is 75 just to finish up. So, that's what we're pushing. But the next one, like right next to, is 63. So, like statistically, that I came up with 63. One of my coaches. So now the next thing, I need 13 more listings. So
You're going to get 13 listings, man.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
that's nothing. 50? That's like 13 is what a quarter of that, give or take, something
yeah. It
like
could
that.
be 1 month. So
Hey, there we go. All right, so let me ask you this then. All right, 50 listings taken in a year is absolutely nothing to sneeze at whatsoever. It's significant. You've done very well. You know this. I will give you pats on the back all day long. Okay. What is the one thing that you're doing that you attribute most to taking those 50 listings this year? And keep in mind, right now, just so everybody knows, for context, all right, we are in we're on September 30th, by the way, of
yeah.
2024. Just for context, okay.
No, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, so the biggest thing that I would say is going to be consistency. Just being on the phones every single day. I had one guy tell me that even a monkey can take a listing as long as they're on the phones every single day. And so that kind of stuck with me. And so yeah, that's literally it. I mean, just being consistent, even if you don't know what to say yet, if you're not, fully confident, being consistent, you're gonna get something.
All right, so consistency. All right, what is okay, let's try that word again. What does consistency look like to you?
That's being on the phones every morning, Monday through Friday. That's from 7:30 to 10:30 minimum. So don't really have too much of a goal as far as contacts go. But if I know that I'm going to get 3 hours of on the phones, it's going to work out for me.
All right, so you're hitting the phone for 15 hours a week, okay?
Yes,
Um,
minimum.
Minimum. What are your expectations for the 15 hours a week? How many? What's like your leading indicator? What's the one thing that's most important to you?
To me is appointment set. So right now, I actually been writing down every single day before I get on the phone 2 appointments a day, 4 listings a week, and then right now for the last quarter, I'm looking for another 45 listings.
Okay. So one appointment set a day is your goal. Is that
Two,
correct?
two
Two
appointments set.
appointments set a day. Two appointments set a
Yes,
day.
that's the goal. That's the goal. Obviously, it doesn't always happen,
Sure.
but this morning that actually happened, so that's always good.
All right. Well, let's say that you set five. Let's say let's say you don't do good. Okay. You don't do well. All right.
Yeah.
And you set one appointment a day, 5 appointments set for the week. Okay. How many listings would you anticipate taking based on that number?
With 5 appointments set, I'm going to take 3 at least.
Can you walk me through that?
Yeah. So in regards to how, like, what do you mean?
Like for example, like what happens to the other two?
The other two, it's either I either didn't make connection. Actually, I just had a real fresh wound last week, and so it really came down to where I didn't identify the person that actually made the decisions. I thought I was talking to him, and sure enough, it was the wife that I didn't build rapport with. And I think I obviously just completely forgot to include her in a lot of discussions, and I think that's what actually ended up, doing that. So I'm definitely nowhere perfect. I'm still learning, and that was a real good piece of humble pie last week for sure. That we weren't able to get that one. That was a big one too.
How long have you been in the business for?
I've been a licensed realtor since 2015.
So what is that in years? So like nine,
That's
nine,
like
ye-
almost
nine,
9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 years. 9 years. That's amazing. No, those are some great numbers, man. No, that's definitely something to be proud of. So what's your favorite? Are you an expired guy, a physical guy, a circle prospecting guy? What do you enjoy the most?
It's all expires, like literally all expires. I know, I said I had mentioned being a realtor since 2015, but it's been all buyers. and I didn't actually buy Vulcan until October of last year. So literally, it's been since October I've actually been practicing script role playing, and then this year it's just been going off the chain.
Oh,
So
okay. We need to. Sorry, coach. We need to dig more into this then. Okay. All right. So you worked buyers for 7.5 years.
yes,
Okay.
and then obviously you get those calls, hey, come list me. I know you. Referrals and all the different stuff like that. So that I've definitely listed property, but not like this, not with expires, not with cold calling.
What's the what was with the now? Are you like mostly seller based now? Is that the goal?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, the coach that I do have, that's to get where I want to get to. That's exactly what I need to do. Just because of time, there's not enough time to work with 100 buyers. But there definitely is enough time, in a year to work with 100 sellers.
All right, so walk me through this then, if you would be so kind. Okay, September you're working with a bunch of buyers. Okay, evidently it sounds like you hired a coach in October, which I assume
Yeah,
coaching is something that's very helpful, right?
very much so.
Walk me through that change from September October that shifted your mind from working with buyers to working with sellers.
Yeah, so obviously, it wasn't as easy as it was obviously last year. I would typically get a phone call, all the time. Hey, Andrew, I know this person, whatever it might be, and it kind of dried up a little bit. And so I have, four kids under 5 years old. I have a wife, and so I also have investment properties too. So I'm like, hey, I got to actually do something now. It's not going to always come to me, and obviously hiring the coach actually made me think about it even more so as a business, and not just something that was handed to me, if you will. And so sure enough, I was like, okay, if I actually want to do this, I actually have to get the skills, I have to get the data, and I have to go ahead and do it full time, if that makes sense. And so that's exactly what happened. I just kind of turned it on, and believe me, October it was horrible. November was ridiculous, and then literally not until this year has it just really started paying off, if that makes sense.
How many months did it take until you took your first listing?
I would say 2 months, yeah, maybe 2 months, an expired listing, yes sir.
And how many hours did you call in those 2 months prior?
I would say it was not as consistent. That's really the biggest thing. It wasn't as consistent as I am now, but that's probably because I'm not as confident. I wasn't as confident as I am now. But yeah, I would say maybe an hour a day. Maybe an hour a day for maybe three days out of the week or something like that.
And so it sounds like December or January is when things just kind of
It just started flowing. Yeah, it just really started flowing.
okay, so let me ask you this because I mean I can't remember if we asked I'm not sure if we alluded to this yet, but um what was that moment that you're like, you know what? Game on. Like what happened?
I think it was when I actually spent the time to write out my scripts, and actually like practice by myself. So basically, just like in this office, saying it out loud. And then when it was to a point where I didn't have to look at my script anymore,
Okay.
and I was actually having a conversation, that's when I think I was like, wow, like I didn't actually have to think about this. It came out. And so that's where I got even more excited. And I was like, I need to get on the phones even more. And then you get one, you get two, and then you get three. You're like, okay, yeah, this is it. That's it's really what came about it.
All right. You know I'm gonna put you on the spot now, right?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go, man. Give me a call. I'll be an expert. Do we
All
want to
right.
be we want to be a fresh, brand new one for the day? Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's usually the best one.
All right.
So ring ring.
Hello.
Yes, best speak to Aaron.
This is how can I help you?
Aaron, this is Andrew. I was just calling about 123 Main Street. I saw it came off the market yesterday, and just curious when you plan on interviewing the right agent for the job of selling it.
I'm so you're like the 19th realtor to call me today. So I think we're gonna hold off for a
19.
little bit. Yeah.
Aaron, 19 that's what you said, right?
Hmm.
Just imagine this. There's 13,000 agents in San Antonio. Only 19 of us are actually doing our job today.
Okay, that's great. But do you have a buyer for my house?
No, no, I don't have a buyer. I won't tell you that. But what I will say is that I would love the opportunity to interview for the job, show you exactly what we're doing to actually sell property in this current market. Worst case scenario, Aaron, now you have another strong agent's opinion about why your property didn't sell. what we're going to do to sell your property, and then most importantly, what you're actually going to make and how long that's going to take. How does that sound, Aaron?
Oh, I mean, let me ask you this. So did you show it when it was when it was up for sale, or
Great question, Aaron. And honestly, I didn't even know it was for sale. And I mean that with all due respect, but there's so many houses for sale. When people hire me to sell their property, that's all I do is focus on that. And the only reason I even know that your home came off the market was because my assistant put it in front of my desk because it's in the zip code that I want to sell property in. And that's why I would love the opportunity to earn your business and show you how we're actually getting property sold. So
got it?
I have today at 3, or would 5 work better for you, Aaron?
Well, I mean, that's all sounds well and good here, okay? But keep in mind that the agent that we had before, it was my mechanic, okay, and I have a very good relationship with my
Wow.
mechanic, and I really think I'm going to relist with Larry again. So,
Well, good, Aaron, and I appreciate you sharing that. It's just really rare for someone with such a great home in the great location that you're in to relist with the same agent after spending I think, what, 5 months on the market.
hmm.
Now, let me ask you, how important is it for you to actually sell this property?
Well, I mean, no, we definitely want to get it sold. You know what I mean? And it's a shame that it didn't sell already.
Sure.
But I mean, what would you do differently than every other agent out there?
That's a great question, Aaron. And that's why I love to meet with you so I can show you in detail because as of right now, I'm just a voice over the phone. But let me show you the facts, let me show you the data, and show you how we're actually getting properties like yours sold in this current market in about 30, 45 days. And let me ask you, Aaron, do you even have another home to go to? I mean, if we sold it that quickly, are we going to leave you homeless?
No, 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 no. We have a home in somewhere not in the state.
Oh, wow. Okay, gotcha. So literally to get there, you just need to sell the property, right?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So,
Gotcha. And so if we're able to do this here in 30, 45 days, is that going to cause an issue for you?
no, but how much do you charge?
Great question, Aaron. Again, that's really what's going to come down to when I see your property because I need to know what I'm actually getting myself into. And I will be straightforward with you, Aaron. I don't take every listing. I need to see exactly the condition of the property, identify why it didn't sell, and then give you a strategic plan as to what we're going to do to sell the property. And our commission is flexible. So I don't actually have a copy paste for each home. You would agree every home, every location, every price point is different, right, Aaron?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Awesome. Well, good. So I have a 3, or would a 5 work better for you, Aaron?
I can do 4 o'clock.
Awesome. Let's do 4 o'clock. It should only take about 15 to 25 minutes. Is that okay?
Sounds fair.
Awesome. And are you the only decision maker, Aaron?
No, my wife, she'll be there.
Awesome. Perfect. Couple other questions before I let you go, and we can meet today at 4 o'clock with you and your wife. Do you own this house outright, or do you have a balance on it?
We owe $300.
$300. Okay, you're almost there. Awesome. Great. And as far as pricing goes, when we go back on the market, what price were you thinking about going
We'll
back
talk
on?
about that when you come over.
Totally get it, and I'm just trying to gauge your expectations. And for example, the reason why I'm asking, Aaron, is because I had another client said the same thing, and then he said, "Hey, you know what? We want $3 million," and I knew right off the bat that thing would only sell for $1 million. That's an appointment that I do not want to go on to, and I don't want to waste your time. So, Aaron, what price were you thinking about going back on the market for?
I have to talk with my wife.
Perfect. We'll put the research together and we'll come together as a team to figure out the best price to actually get it sold this time. And last question, Aaron, most important question. What is important to you when hiring the next agent for the job of selling it?
Give me as much money as possible.
Perfect. I'm the guy. We'll see you today at 4 o'clock. Thank you very much.
You're so happy. You're so happy. I love it. You're so happy. And it's just that radiates through. You know what I
I
mean?
appreciate that. Thank you so
You're
much.
very well. You're smart. I mean, you're like ear to ear, man. Which
It's
is
exciting, man. It is. It's been fun.
yeah, and it's nice to see, and you can feel it in your voice when you're talking to people. Okay,
Well, cool.
at least that's from my experience. And I thought, like I said, you what was nice is you had an answer for everything that I had to say, and it wasn't a answer; it was an answer, right?
Hmm.
And so, no, that was a very, very good job. Now, how often do you role play on a regular basis?
Every day, yeah. So I have a role play group at 6 in the morning, and we go from 6 to 7. And then I have a couple people that just jump on right before I get on the phones, right at 7:30 or 7:45.
So you're role playing every day. You're on
Every
the
day. Yeah.
phones every day. You're doing everything you need to do, and people wonder, how do I take 50 listings in a year?
Boom.
Boom. It's right there.
Exactly.
And you said you have 4 children under 5?
4 children under 5. I have the greatest wife ever that takes care of them. And so we actually have the what is it called? the Vulcan stop sign right in front here so
Yep.
that they already know, hey, when dad's in there, he's working. And our goal is always to go to Hawaii every year. So they know, hey, and dad needs a contract, so we can go to Hawaii. That's it.
You work from home?
From home, yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing. Okay, I don't know how you do it. I got 3 kids, and I
That's my
cannot work
wife.
from home.
I get no credit for that.
Oh, you're a smart man. Andrew's wife, you better watch this over here, okay? And I'm sure he tells you
Yes,
every
yeah.
single day. All right. So, all right. So, with that, with all the, you got a lot. I mean, it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. You know what I mean? Is the best way to put it. Okay. So I understand your wife does a lot, but I'm assuming you do a lot as well yourself. So how do you manage it? Like, what's your key? Because a lot of people have children, in real estate. Like, how do you manage it all?
Schedule. Schedule. That's that biggest thing. Every hour needs to be accounted for, and basically stick to the schedule. And so, my son knows after this meeting right now, we're gonna go outside and gonna go play a little bit of baseball, and then I got to eat some lunch, and then we have 2 appointments later on today. So it's just really managing our time and being accountable when we're not meeting those time requirements. That's really helped out the scheduling.
Did you have one of those color coordinated calendars?
No, I have a huge desk calendar right here because I'm like really old school. But my assistant now is putting everything color coordinated in the calendar. So I'm starting to learn, to look at that actually.
That's amazing. And seeing what I love too, what you said is you get the children involved, right?
Yes,
Like I do that with my kids. They know what they want, and it's like every time daddy does this, we get closer to this.
exactly.
So I think getting your children involved, and you said I would assume your oldest is 5, right?
Yes.
So who's your best accountability partner, just out of curiosity?
Best accountability partner, I would say actually it's gonna be him, and then also the daughter right underneath. She knows whenever I'm on the phone too. She's like, "That's another contract. Get it, Dad. Get it." So it's just really exciting to see. But that is very strong point that I was taught was that I need to get my wife, my kids involved, so that we all understand the reasons why I have to work, so that we can enjoy something up later on. So that has been super helpful.
So let me ask you this. So you got the kids, okay? And you want the kids to buy into the process, right? Like what does that conversation look like with your 5-year-old?
Sure. Yeah. So, well, like I said, for the last 4 years, we've been able to go to Hawaii. We really love Hawaii. I feel like that's going to be my next home. And so they've all experienced Hawaii already, my parents, my family, and everything like that. So that's really kind of what we've told them
Yeah.
is that as long as I can get my 11 months of work in, we can spend a month in Hawaii and no problem. So that's not going to the beach during the summer. That's not going to this or that during work time. But just really, our goal is if Daddy can get to work, or if he can leave Daddy alone until 12. What's it called? We can get to Hawaii, for Christmas and New Year's.
Oh, that's amazing, man. No, that's great. And like I said, just having the family, the whole part of it, especially such a young family, it's to get them to buy in now at this age, you have
Yeah,
the greatest accountability partner you will ever have in your entire life. This goes for everybody that's listening to me. Get the family involved.
exactly.
Get them to buy in. And if you take, like I said, yeah, I think that's super important. Okay, so let me ask you this, my friend. Someone's coming across someone walks across your desk, all right, and they knock on your door. They walk across your door, knock on your door, do something like that, and they're like, Andrew, I'm a brand new agent. What is the one piece of advice that you could give me that would bring my business to the next level?
That's a great question. And what I would say is, I would actually ask them, do you want to be a pro or do you want to be an amateur? And then obviously everybody wants to say, yeah, they want to be a pro. And I was like, okay, pros practice until they can't get it wrong. Amateurs practice until they can get it right.
Repeat
And
that.
that would be,
Repeat that.
yeah, it said pros practice until they can't get it wrong, and amateurs practice until they can get it right. So I think that is a loaded statement right there. But literally, that's exactly what I would tell anybody that's interested in coming and becoming a new agent is if you're not willing to practice, especially for the amount of money that we make, if you're not willing to practice and be a professional, you're going to be out here. You're going to be gone within 12 months, especially in this market.
I love that line. I absolutely love that line. That's really really good. All right, so let's tie this up in a nice little bow here. We've jam packed a ton of information into a very short, like, I don't want to leave everybody with their mind totally blown, just like partially blown here. Okay.
All right.
So wrap this up in a pretty package. What is your final words for Vulcan 7 Nation?
Final words is pick up the phone and start dialing. Like that's it. A plus B equals C. You pick up the phones, you set appointments, you make money. That's how simple it is. Vulcan 7, the data has been unbelievable. I've had other people mention different servers and not having the same results and that are being consistent as me, but Vulcan has been a intricate part of the way that things are growing right now. And so that's really what I would say is, just be consistent and pick up the phone and start dialing.
All right, my friend. Let's say somebody has a referral, okay, for San Antonio, Texas. How does one get in touch with you and pass along that referral your way?
Yeah, so 210-551-2316. That's my personal phone number. And so I would love any referrals here in San Antonio or the surrounding areas. San Antonio is growing so fast and it's just been exciting to be a part of. So I'd love that if anybody had anybody in San Antonio.
Beautiful. All right, brother. I want to say I learned a lot today. Thank you very much. Hang out a little bit after. And otherwise, Vulcan 7 Nation, I just want to say, Andrew, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, do me a favor, go make some money, and don't forget to what? Trust the process. Y'all take care of
Yeah.
yourself. Be well, okay?